Hello there and welcome to the Curtis Zone, ladies and gentlemen, especially welcome to Supernatural Month here on the Curtis Zone, where we talk all things action-packed children's programming that is related to the supernatural. I am your host, Dylan J. Curtis, and I thank you for hitting that like and subscribe button as well as that notification bell if you want to see more of me, my smiling face, and of course more of my bouncing pecs, ladies and gentlemen. Come on, arms, arms, arms. Today, here on the Curtis Zone, we are talking about how powerful would Hellboy be if he had the Millinium Rod, Ragman's cloak, and the Sword of Fiery Cataclysm. Let's get started, right? Let's go ahead and jump on into it because this is a good one. Hellboy is one of my favorite characters of the supernatural. Let's get started, ladies and gentlemen, and of course, remember to hit the like and subscribe button for more content. As always, before we get started with any episode, we have news, ladies and gentlemen. Here's the first piece of news. The leaked trailer for X-Men 97 Season 2 has leaked from New York City Comic Con, and I saw it. It looks amazing. It looks like it's going to be more grittier, more darker, and it looks like we're getting the return and the introduction of a bunch of other characters from the X-Men universe. I cannot wait, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get started. The second piece of news from the world of DC, they have announced that the Green Lantern series will be like space version of Lethal Weapon, where Hal Jordan is gonna be like Murtaugh, whereas Jon Stewart is gonna be more like Riggs, and it's supposed to be focusing on a mystery behind the death of Alan Scott. So let's wait for that. It is set to release in 2026, more like early 2026, before Supergirl Girl Tomorrow release. So yeah, let's wait for that. Final piece of news from the Valiant universe. They have decided to go forward with plans for a Ninjak movie, and the popular choice to play Ninjak is legendary actor Scott Adkins. For those of you who do not know Scott Adkins, he played opposite to Michael Jai White in Undisputed 2, Last Man Standing, and in Accident Man. He's been the stunt double for a lot of different actors. He even played Weapon 11 in X-Men Origins Wolverine. No, that was not Ryan Reynolds. That was Scott Adkins. I can't wait. You can't wait. Let's see what Scott has got, ladies and gentlemen. For those of you who are new to the channel, don't know how powerful would some of the episodes work, I, your ever so amazing host, Dylan J. Curtis, give you a quick origin of the character as well as talk about how powerful they currently are, and then I add the stuff combined to their own power, and then I tell you how powerful I think the character would be, and then you, the viewer, look in the comment section down below, and then you tell me how powerful you think the character would be if they had all the stuff combined to their own power. We've asked ourselves, how powerful would Hellboy be if he had the Sword of Fiery Cataclysm, Ragman's cloak, and the Millinium Rod? Let's get started by giving a little bit of origin on Hellboy. And remember, like and subscribe. A quick little origin on Hellboy, who was created by Mike Mignola, but his first American in-color appearance wouldn't happen until he was in X-Men issue 23 in 1993. He was created, like I said, he was created by Mike Mignola, and he started out as an Italian comic book until making his U.S. appearance. But the character has been a fan favorite for a lot of people for so long, even having 3 movies and 2 animated films as well. A lot of people know his comic book origin, but here is a quick little rundown of it. His comic book origin goes like this. He's the son of a woman who made love to a demon and bared his child, and the woman her body was taken down to hell, where her son was born. Her son being Munrama, aka Hellboy. And upon doing so, the demon would cut off his son's hand and replace it with the Hand of Doom. But then the demon would be encasing in ice for the next couple of centuries. This was until Hellboy himself, Munrama, would be brought to Earth by the Nazis in 1942 during a project known as Project Apocalypse, from what I understand. But the child of hell was rescued by Professor Broom and the U.S. Army, and then raised to be a good person, and was then turned into Hellboy and one of the prime investigators of the BPRD, the Bureau of Paranormal Research and Defense. As far as his powers go, Hellboy's powers are as follows. He is a demon. His physiology gives him amazing strength, the limits of which have not been tested yet. He has a lot of arcane artifacts by his side. The first being the Good Samaritan gun, which has amazing mystical capabilities, including the ability to destroy any demon. It can literally blast through any demon. His stone right hand has the ability to conjure demons from the underworld, apart from being strong enough to smash through anything. It can summon demons from the underworld and give Hellboy complete control over them. There's also his amazing investigative capabilities. The fact that he is one of the most brilliant supernatural detectives in comic books. He's literally top 5. He's above the Question, but below John Constantine, from what I understand. Hellboy also has a bit of a healing factor as well, second to that only of Wolverine. Being so strong and so durable, he can withstand bullets. He once withstood bullets from an M16 machine gun and kept going, smashing said machine gun in his hands. He also has incredible intellect, but he's still a child in a grown man's body. Seeing the fact that he ages slowly, he's a child in a grown man's body, which means that he is not very mature. Now let's talk about a lot of stuff that are going to be added to his power. Let's start with the Ragman's cloak. Here's the thing about Ragman's cloak. It's a very mystical artifact which gives Ragman a series of abilities. The first being energy manipulation and energy projection. The second being the fact that he can see anything through that cloak, including the past and the future. It also gives him flight capabilities, and it also gives him a bit of a healing factor, but at a small scale. It also gives him teleportation capabilities, being able to move anywhere at any time. So imagine that kind of power in the hands of Hellboy. For those of you who do not know about the Sword of Fiery Cataclysms, it has been utilized in the series Kaijudo Rise of the Duel Masters. The Sword of Fiery Cataclysms is a mystical weapon that is used by an ancient monster known as the King of Dragons, and it gives him a wider range of abilities. The first being the ability to shrink and grow with the size of whoever wields it. The second being the ability to manipulate and control and create fire all around you. The third and final ability, which is the most amazing ability ever, it gives you the ability to control the hearts and minds of dragons. For those of you who are not aware of how powerful dragons are the creation of all of the most deadliest magic in mythology and history. So, yeah, imagine that ability in the hands of Hellboy. Finally, we're going to talk about the Millinium Rod. The Millinium Rod is the most deadliest of all of the Millennium items from Yu-Gi-Oh! Why, you may ask? Because it gives someone the ability to control the hearts and minds of people, not dragons, but people. But the second ability, it gives you the ability to sense all of the other Millennium items. It can not only can it find the Millennium items, it can also control and sense all the other Millennium items. But the most amazing ability that it has, it gives you the ability to combine yourself with an Egyptian god card, which is no minor feat, seeing as though the Egyptian gods are the most powerful of all the Yu-Gi-Oh! Monsters. Now let's talk about how powerful I think Hellboy would be. He'd be pretty powerful, okay? He'd be very deadly. I mean, we're talking about the ability to control dragons, the ability to absorb and manipulate energy, and the ability to control the hearts, minds, and souls of people. And he's a demon, so he has his demonic heritage as well, the overwhelming need to control humanity. I mean, who doesn't think that would be cool? That's just me talking, though. Now that all that is said and done, ladies and gentlemen, another episode of the Curtis Zone has come to a screeching close. I want to thank all of you for joining me here on the Curtis Zone, and I ask you to remember to hit the like and subscribe button for more content here on the Curtis Zone. And if you have any questions, comments, concerns, or if you just want to make a request for any episode period, put it in the comment section down below, and I'll see what I can do after Supernatural Month, that is. As you can see, next episode is going to be a lot of fun, so I hope that everyone's ready for that as well, for those of you who are not aware of what it is. I hope to see you guys soon. Peace.